If I could have your attention to the media center, please. We're joined now by the car owner, Mr. Rick Hendrick. Mr. Hendrick, congratulations on a great victory today, and even more so, all four of your teams advancing to the contender round of the Chase for the Sprint Cup.
Yeah, it was a great day. Casey made it a pretty long day. We were watching the monitor there at the end of the race, hoping that we didn't have a caution and Jeff could win it and Casey could get in. So it was, I didn't know exactly how close this thing was going to be till I watched the monitor. But it was a good day. All our cars ran well. Casey had a really good car, but Jeff just did a fantastic job and was there all day. So good to get that win.
Yes, sir. Questions for Mr. Hendrick? Way back there, please.
Hi, Rick. Jeff Gluck from USA Today. Casey at one point was running 4 laps down, and if a caution had come out at that point, would have probably ended his season. What was your level of nervousness during the race, watching him struggle, and did you feel at any point like maybe this was the end of the road for him?
Yeah, absolutely. His car was so good. He was up, I think 6th or 7th, and we pitted, and then he felt something, and it was a loose wheel. The left rear was loose, and when he had to pit on the green, and I thought we were done, because just no way to make up. Didn't think we could make up 2 laps, and then we did a wave around, and it worked out. And then I thought we were okay, and then we were like even or 1 point behind, and I really had written it off about 2/3 of the race. I thought we were just not going to get a break to get back in it.
Okay, we'll go to Bob, and then we've got one in the press box.
Bob Parker, Sporting News. Kind of along those lines, were you watching more what was going on with Casey than Jeff, and who do you feel like is the kind of the bigger winner out of today?
Well, Casey escaped a bullet, and it was like, but Jeff got a win, and I think made a statement, and he's been good everywhere, and so I think having Jeff win the race and carrying that momentum into the Chase as a real contender with 4 wins this year, I thought that was pretty special. But when you have 4 cars and you want them to make that round, and if Casey had been a car that was just 20th or 21st and got lapped, it wouldn't have been as tough as it was for him to have one of the faster cars in the first segment and then get eliminated with a loose wheel. So it was a roller coaster of emotions, but winning a race is special. At least we now get to go to 0 and take all 4 to Kansas.
And we'll go to the press box now.
Bill Fleischman, Philadelphia Daily News. Rick, you mentioned that you kidded Jeff that he's discovered the fountain of youth. What are the keys to his resurgence this season in your mind?
Well, I think Alan Gustafson's one of the smartest crew chiefs, I think, in the garage. But this new rule package really, it's a little bit tighter race car. I think it's helped. It's helped the 5, and I mean it's helped Dale and Jeff, and I think Jimmy and Casey. It's gone a little bit the other way for them. And as soon as we showed up with this package, Jeff has been solid. And Jimmy's getting closer and closer, but he'll admit he likes a loose race car, and that this rule package is a tighter race car, and so that's the difference. I think when Jeff Gordon can see 10 laps to go, I'll put money on him anywhere, and he's a smarter race car driver, I think, than he was when he was in his late 20s, and he uses his head, and he's got all the talent in the world. And Alan has given him some super race cars. I mean, Alan leaves nothing undone in every area of that team. And and I think Jeff has really just stepped it up. And so it's a combination of a lot of things. But I've never seen. I can remember back when he was winning 10 or 12 races a year. He didn't get out of the car and jump on the roof and have as much fun in victory lane as he is right now. So he's really enjoying himself.
Additional questions? Okay, go to Bob, and then right behind Bob.
Bob Parker, Sporting News. Everybody's talked about the next 3 races with Kansas kind of having a lot of wrecks in recent years, and then obviously Talladega. How are you going to handle watching them?
You know, I might not watch Talladega. I might go to the next 2 and let them tell me when it's over. That one will be. I think everybody that's in the next round is going to try to get as many points as they can before we go to Talladega, because that's going to be a tough race. I think Charlotte and Kansas will be okay. You know, you'll probably have some problems, but nothing like what we were facing going to Talladega. So, actually, I think I'm getting inducted into the North Carolina Drag Racing Hall of Fame that Sunday anyway. So I'll let them tell me when it's over.
Zach at Tanzania Women's Racing. It's a little bit off topic, but we recently celebrated 25 years since Tim Richmond passed away. If you can pick out like one favorite memory of him, what would that be?
I think the one I'll never forget is Tim at Pocono, and he and Dale Earnhardt Sr. used to play with each other a lot. And he keyed the radio and said, "Hey, Rick, are you listening?" I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Watch this." And he goes into turn 3, and he's leading the race, and he slides up the track, and Dale comes by him, and then he catches Dale about the flag stand and just lifts him up. His rear end off the ground, and I thought, man, you're messing with a snake. And I have so many Tim Richmond stories, but that guy just had so much talent. Seen him make up laps at Pocono, and would love to have seen him be around to see how many races and championships he could have won.
One more question for Dustin.
Dustin Long, MRN.com. Rick, now that you've gone through the first round, these 3 races, kind of see how things have played out with this new format, how different is it from what it's been? How you guys have to handle things? Because obviously with the reset, now it doesn't matter what you did. So what's so different, and how are you having to adjust, and how you plan and organize things with your group?
Well, you know, I think the plan's just got to be to go out and try to win and you're in. But if you can't win, you got to accumulate as many points as you can, and you can't take a chance. I mean, you can't do anything outrageous to try to win, because you could put yourself in a box with the points. So I think we're just going to have to. I know, especially with Talladega being the wild card, we're going to try to get as many points. Try to win the race. That's goal 1, because win, you're in. But then try to not take any chances if we're not winning, to accumulate as many points as we can. This is, you know, really this whole scenario. When you saw it today with a car that was in good shape, running in the top 6 or 8, have a loose wheel. If you have a speeding penalty, or you have, like Kevin with a tire, if that had happened toward the end of the race, and it can knock a great car out. And I predict they'll be one of the top guys, one of ours, one of Penske's, one of somebody's, that'll have a problem like that. It'll cost them a chance to move on.
Okay, Jim.
Jim Utter, Charlotte Observer. You just kind of touched on this. I know it's just one race, but the fact that Jeff won today and won beating the Penske, one of the Penske cars, kind of on a heads-up battle towards the end of the race, does that bode well for the rest of the chase, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. You know, we run really well at Charlotte, and we run well at Kansas. I think those 2 tracks, we've won a lot of races, and our guys all run well there. So I think today was good for us to see you know, Jeff go out there and run them down. And you know, it seems like all year the Penske cars are better on the short run. Our cars are better on the long run, and it's you know, you're going to have to make adjustments if there's a restart and it's a short run. But you know, it's going to be a battle. I think Kevin Harvick is. I mean, he's 7 poles, led a ton of laps. if he doesn't have any problem, he's been good everywhere. So, you know, it's going to be a real dogfight.
Mr. Hendrick, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.